Hello and welcome to the 21st episode of our weekly Unity tip Roundup, where we take a look at the tweets that were posted or mentioned on or around each Tuesday under the Unity tips hashtag. Time flies apparently, as we already made it past the second batch of 10 episodes and now come to you with another brand new video. In this episode we gather tweets that were posted, shared or retweeted around 21st of May 2022. If you watched the Unity tips hashtag for this week, you might already have seen this post, as it gathered a lot of traction. It is from Kenny. Most of you probably already know who he is, because you may have used some of the famous Kenny assets in your project before. For those who are not among his almost 65,000 followers, check out his huge collection of free assets that you can find under the link in his profile. And now, just take a look at the image in his post for probably the most important Unity tips in existence. Okay, we have to admit, it is a bit silly, but also quite hilarious. And now for something completely different. Look, Vehicle Physics is back, our favorite vehicle physics expert on Twitter, and this time he has another physics-related tip for us again. If you run into problems optimizing your world colliders and are tired of having to adjust and align box colliders everywhere, think about splitting your meshes and using mesh colliders. If you want to read up on the topic, check out the forum thread that is linked in his post. Chronic makes another appearance, and he currently has just above 1000 followers. Great! Especially if you have a very crowded scene, this tip will come in handy for you. If you constantly have trouble selecting just the right object from your scene, consider sorting everything in layers. The additional benefit, besides having everything neatly organized, is the option to toggle from the layer menu which layers should be visible and, more important, which layers can be selected. This is also great if you constantly select objects from your UI. Just toggle it invisible or unselectable from the layers menu. Piotr is a game developer from Poland with 18 followers. How about every one of you head over to his Twitter profile and give him a follow? He is sharing a tip for those who have a lot of fading objects in your projects. Because fading in and out every object on its own might add a lot of complexity, maybe you can consolidate a lot of the work by using a single fading material on all of them? Definitely worth a try. Duva is a game programmer and developer with 448 followers on Twitter. He is writing about something you may have already asked yourself why and when this happens. We are talking about the little checkbox that comes with most but not all components in your inspector. Did you ever wonder why not every component or script gets it? The answer is simple. Only if your script implements certain methods from the Unity lifecycle, it will get a checkbox. Otherwise, it would be almost useless to activate or deactivate a component. Definitely nice to know. For a list of methods that trigger the checkbox appearance, check out the first answer to his post. Chocho-san Studios is also a recurring name. He is a game developer working with Unity and has 44 followers. Let's see how long it will take for him to reach 50. We all know the method of debugging by simply spamming lots of debug.log lines throughout your code. This might not always be the best idea, but it definitely is a simple and useful tool. With Chocho-san's tip, it will also get a bit better, since he shows you how to add colors to your debug messages. This will make it easier to see what's going on by checking the colors, and makes it also way faster to identify which message comes from which origin. Yes, this week we already had 6 tips, but since we always like to sneak our own entry into the list, we will go for the 7th place this time. If your game or project is relying heavily on physics functions, especially those which do overlap and ray, box or sphere casts, you may run into a few problems. If your specific one is that you are using too much memory, we have just the right hint to solve that problem. Did you know that most of those methods have a non-alloc variant? Instead of dynamically generating an array of the results, you simply pass in a predefined one and you won't have to deal with the additional memory overhead anymore. Check out the code in the image for examples. And this is it for this week. We are very happy to see that the Unity tips tradition is still going strong and that such community cornerstones like Kenny take part, even if it is with a nicely placed joke and not an in-depth tip. But hey, we do like to see both. This also is another great example about the great community that works with Unity and should motivate you to show the creators that give away their knowledge week after week some love. If you have some spare time, head over to Twitter and give out some follows and likes. Also try to check out their projects. You may find a few things you like. If you then find yourself with some more spare time, head on over to our channel and watch a few more episodes. Or take a look at our very own Unity tutorials. And while you are there, how about subscribing to our channel? Don't forget to hit the bell icon to enable notifications. For any questions, comments, recommendations or requests, please use the comment section. Thank you for your time and see you next week.